I don't know whether you become a leader or you're born a leader, but I remember a single moment. I remember being 23 years old and on the side of the road in Clackwood Sound, watching the logging trucks come towards us, and someone handed me a megaphone. And I had this moment of abject terror. And then I thought, I do have something to say. And I just turned it on and poured out my heart. And I don't think I've stopped talking since. I think that there's no question that we have to walk towards conflict if we want to make change, because essentially that's what advocacy is. It's about looking at an issue in the world and saying, I don't think this is how it should be. And so if you're going to change the status quo, if that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to pass a new law, you're trying to get a corporation to address an issue that they don't want to address, then ultimately there is conflict involved, because change is never easy. Being a leader is a tremendous responsibility, because you know that people are listening, that you're helping to define how to move forward on critical issues. But it's also an incredible gift, because it means that I get to get up every morning and work on what's keeping me up at night. I get to set the agenda. I hope that more young women leaders will get involved in politics in whichever way feels right to them. You know, that they will really think about the issues that we're facing today and step up to the plate. Because we need those voices. We need those voices in government. We need those voices in the nonprofit sector. We need to have a greater balance in the corporate boardrooms, in our legislatures, at our universities. And I think that women have a really important role to play in finding solutions in the future. Sometimes it all feels so big, so overwhelming. Like, you know, climate change, we have to change the entire way industrial society functions, then what's my role in it? But the fact is that what our decision makers are looking for is whether or not we care. When I sit down with a minister, they say, well, I haven't heard that much from my constituents about this issue, so I'm not going to prioritize it in this legislative session. They need to hear from us, and every vote matters. I think the most important advice that I could give to other women leaders who want to work on social justice issues is to work where their heart is. There's a lot of issues that intellectually matter, you know, but there are some things that are going to keep you up at night. And those are the things that you have juice for. That's where you'll do your best work. And it's not just which issue you should work on, but how you should work on it. Some people are great public speakers. It comes to them naturally. They want to do it. Some people are great researchers. And when we try and be a person we're not, that's not our best work either. I mean, when you start out doing this work, it's every day at a time, and you don't know what it's going to add up to. And my hope is that there are young women out there who will hear my stories and be inspired to create their own. Because, you know, that's how this work happens. It's by just individuals. It's by normal people taking a leap and saying, I could have an impact on that. I care about that. And then it eventually adds up. And it's so incredibly rewarding. You get to be in the most incredible places when you take that leap, when you just think big.